Hi, this is Jenna. This is your hour-long bar class. You need weights and a ball, maybe, for the first half of class, and then something if you'd like to use it for a seated pretzel assistance. Otherwise, we're going to take that ball in our hands and get ready to march. So get yourself at the top of your surface, and let's get ready to roll. I'm going to turn this music on. Also, if anything happens, like you need help or anything, Meg and I are here. You can send a little chat and we will figure it out. There it is. Okay. Ball in your hands. Just start to roll your shoulders, kind of open up through the neck and the jaw. And just settle yourself into your space. You can also kind of practice the idea of holding onto your ball a little bit more firmly, letting your hands press into it as you're rolling your shoulders up, back, and around. I'm just going to turn my volume up here a little bit. So releasing the jaw, rolling the shoulders up, back, and around. Just two more. Last one. And now hold that ball right in between your hands here, holding it and firmly going to start marching on the right, left, right, and left, right, and left. So the whole time you're marching, you're really thinking about the shoulders staying above the hips. We're going to keep those elbows out to the side so we can have a firm press into our ball. Press through your foot as well. So notice how you're marching. You're just kind of lifting your legs up and not really thinking about it. Let's think about it. Press through your foot to kind of flick that foot forward, lift, release, lift, and press. You're in control of the lift of the leg as well as the placing it back down. We're gonna do 4 more here. 3, 2.
Okay, babe.
1. Draw the knee across the midline. Keep marching, knee across the midline. Meg, you got that mute? Yep, okay. Let's keep it going right here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now take that ball between the thighs. Reach your hands in front of your heart. Settle your hip creases back. Feel your feet really press into the ground. Now that you're settled in, you can feel how the ball mounds press, the heels press, lifting the toes up, spreading them wide. Take a little pulse just for 8 here so you get a good hug around that ball. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold in stillness. Maybe even get a little bit lower. Good job. 3, 2, and 1. Fingertips down. Lift your seat just a little bit. Let your head shake out. Another opportunity here to kind of settle into your body, loosen up through the joints. You can kind of walk forward a little bit with your hands or settle back into your heels and just stretch out through the low back. So knees are going to probably stay bent here just so we can get our back to open up more. Then we're thinking about those hamstrings to open up. Then plant your hands down. Let's just walk our knees down onto our mat. From there, let's take a quick cat-cow. So tops of the feet come down. Reach your heart forward, your sits bones back. And then as you exhale, curl the tailbone underneath you, round through the spine. Should feel really nice. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. And then round that tailbone underneath you. Separate the shoulder blades, chin to your chest. And then look down at the ground. Walk your legs together. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Slight lift of the chin so you're taking your focus out in front of you just a tiny little bit. So we're going to watch out for letting our chin jut up and letting our head drop down. You just lengthen through the neck there. From there, tucking the toes underneath you, lift your knees up and squeeze that ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So if you don't have a ball between your thighs, that's okay. Just let your legs come together firmly. You can also roll up a towel and let that be a place of resistance for you to squeeze into as you're holding onto this tabletop plank. We're going to move it in a little while. You got 8 more squeezes. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take a little break between doing another variation. Bring the backs of your hands onto your mat. Let your chin rest down to your chest. Take a big breath in. And that was your little wake-up call, right? Like, oh, okay, this is what a plank feels like. I remember now. So we're going to get back into it feeling stronger and moving into a different kind of variation here in our tabletop plank. So we're going to maintain our neutral spine, lengthen through the crown of our head. We're going to find some space in our neck, tuck your toes under. Maybe even walk your legs closer if you have that ball between your thighs so that you can feel the hug on the ball before you even lift up through the knees. So feel the hug on the ball first. Your seat might engage a little bit, so be careful of it tipping under, and then lift your knees up off the ground. We're going to squeeze the ball 2 times. Squeeze, squeeze, twist to the right, and then lower it down. Squeeze 2 times, twist to the left, bring it back to neutral, squeezing in, in, twist to the right, come back, squeezing in, twist to the left, and back. Keep going, squeeze in, twist to the right, squeezing in, twist to the left, squeezing in, right, squeeze, squeeze, left. Let's do one more set each side. Hi, Monica, welcome. Hi, Diane, hi, Karen, hi, Kristen. Good, now hold in center and just lengthen through the crown of your head. Feel your thighs really pressed into that ball as you let your knees kind of dangle underneath your hips here. Hold 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Full extension stretch here. So let the knees come down, melt your heart down to your mat, and then open up through the chest. Give yourself a nice big breath in, and exhale out. All right, let's just do one more. We're gonna come onto our forearms, walk our legs back behind us. We're still hugging onto that ball. Lift up through the navel, press down into the ground with those forearms. You can feel your hands, your wrists, your forearms pressing down into the ground, like a little bend and a reach here with the knees. Slight bend, big reach. So we're gonna find some flexibility here as we're building strength. Actively press into the ground with your full forearm, wrist, and hand. Press down, press down, press down a little bit more. Actively trying to stay pressing down. So you're gonna feel a lot of different engagement happen there. Rather than just letting your body sit atop your mat, you're actually pressing down, becoming involved with what's happening here. Hold the length and stay right there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down to your thighs. Just take a moment here. You can wiggle your seat back and forth. You might release the ball a little bit and then reclasp it. And then let your chin rest down on your hands. Wiggle your seat back and forth. And then from there, bring your hands by your rib cage. Press yourself all the way up. And let's get ready for our high C. So we're gonna set our feet down next to one another. And then we're gonna just take that ball and place it in our lap. So we're gonna use it in a second, but not yet. So we're gonna keep our legs connected. Feet are on the ground, they're connected. So you can feel the feet actually press into one another. Maybe the calves are pressing into one another, thighs are pressing into one another. Start by just holding on in front of your knees, roll the shoulders up, back and around. So pay attention to your collarbones here as you draw your navel back and carve out the low spine. Grab onto your hamstrings, pull your feet a little bit closer, start with engagement, draw the navel back and hold. Draw the navel back and hold. So as you're drawing the navel back, you might just close your eyes and kind of investigate what's going on with your foundation. Your sacrum should be the first thing you kind of dial into. You'll notice that as you draw the navel down a little bit more, engage more fully, you can feel yourself kind of rise up onto that sacrum, so a little bit higher up the spine. As you are able to find that flexibility in the spine and the strength in your abdominals. So tip under, hold. You're thinking about that tailbone curling up towards your navel. We're also thinking about the hip bone trying to reach up towards our rib cage. Tip under, squeeze those inner thighs, tip under, tip under. Now you might stay like this in this base position, or you might grab onto that ball with your right hand. All right, so we're gonna keep that great engagement, that squeeze of the thighs, the engaged navel drawing back. We're gonna hold onto the ball with that right hand. And we're gonna pass it over to the left and open. Pass and open, pass and open. What happens if I don't have a ball? Just give yourself a little high five. Open, high five, and open. I don't remember which hand I had it in when I took my little high five moment. That's okay. We're gonna keep it in the middle right here and let our arms rise up as our body rises up and then bring it back. All right, now our body's gonna rise up. We're gonna hold on to that nice round spine. So we're just taking the round spine, bringing it forward, drawing that navel back. So it might not be that extreme of a lift because we're not really worried about coming all the way. Like we're not worried about coming up. It's not like a full sit up. We're just moving that shape forward and then drawing it back. So range of motion might be a little bit smaller. Reach up. Keep the motion, let the knees open as you lift for 2 and back for 2. So you're gonna open them out and bring them back in. Open, reach up, draw back in. So here we're trying to condition those hips while we're moving through our abdominal warm up. So we're getting our hips to start to open up a little bit more, getting ready for our seated pretzel coming up next. So anytime we're doing anything, we're opening up those hips, bring your focus into that area. So not just doing it, but also knowing the intention behind it. Letting those hips open, keeping your ball mounds of the feet, reaching down. 2 more. And squeeze the thighs. Let the diamond shape stay open as you pull your body back. Flex through your feet. Reach your legs forward. Draw everything in, reach everything out. Drawing in. So after this, we're going to come into a seated neutral spine and do some hinging. So this will be your final rounded spine moment here in your abdominal warm-up. Pull in, reach out, pull in. Now remember, if you don't have the ball or you didn't want to do all of this stuff without holding on, you're welcome to release the ball and just hold on to your thighs or give yourself a little bit more support. Focus on your foundation and your engagement first. 2 more. And reach. We're going to do 1 more and hold. So reach the legs out, draw the navel back, and hold right there. You're turned out with flexed feet. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up for a moment. Take a little wiggle back and forth. Toes up to the sky, heels into the ground. Lengthen there for a moment. Find your neutral spine. Release through your jaw. Give your knees a little bit of space here so your heels can really anchor down into the earth. From there, lengthening through the crown of your head, you're going to take that neutral spine and just hinge it back. Keep the collarbones wide. Reset. Heels are pressing. You're going to bring yourself up for 2 and back for 2. Take it up and back. Take it up and back. Draw it up and back. So we're really just leaning back as if there's somebody there. Patrick Swayze is there. It's Dirty Dancing time. He's there to catch you as you fall back. So you have the support behind you, although it is imaginary. Take it up and back. Hold right there. Lengthen to the crown of your head. Maintain neutral spine. Final set here, just up and down with those arms. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Keep those knees tracking up to the sky, toes up to the sky for now. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and hold right there. Maybe find more length. Dig the heels in. Maybe you can even find a layer back. You can lay back a little bit more. Hold there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Take a little stretch forward. And then from there, bring the ball between your shins, bring your feet up, bring your hands behind you, wrap your elbows back, scoop the tailbone underneath you, and bend and lengthen. Tricep dips and lengthen, bend and lengthen. Now you have lots of choices here in your tricep dip. You can do exactly as I'm doing. You can also let your seat stay on the ground with a neutral spine and make this all happen the same way. And if you have a chair near you or a couch near you and you want to have that nice negative gravity there, or what do you call that? I don't know. If you want to have a chair, you want a different chair, go for it. It's a little bit more challenging that way. You have more room to bend and lengthen. So it makes it a little bit harder. Plus you add the weight of your body. So it's like you're turning your body into a couple of weights for your tricep. You have 4 here. 3, 2, hold up on the 1, little reaches, reach, reach, reach. Now, if you had your seat on the ground and you feel like you can summon the strength to lift your seat up off the ground, scoop the tailbone underneath you and do that here for a final variation before a final hold. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on the 1 and stay there. 8. Keep pressing into the ground actively. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Settle your seat down. You can just scoop those legs around you. You can put your ball down somewhere. Hopefully it'll stay. I have a nice oblong ball that kind of has a flat part on it. All right, so we're going to come onto our knees. We're going to work our back and our triceps here. So we'll start at the back. We'll move into triceps if that helps you decide what kind of weights you want to use. So we're going to start on our knees. And if knees don't feel good for you, as always, you can come up to standing. But we'll be on our knees here to start. Okay, so we're going to have that same neutral spine, hinging the hip creases back. We're going to bring our arms long here. You're going to pull right first. Pull and lengthen. Then left and lengthen. Pull the right and lengthen. So keeping that spine nice and long right here. Pull, lengthen. Pull, lengthen. So we're just warming things up. You'll feel this in your back, maybe a little bit in your triceps. Pull, press. Pull, press. Pull, press. Let's make it both arms now. Pull and reach. Pull and reach. So as you're reaching forward, it might feel, oh, this is a nice release, but you shouldn't make it a release. You're controlling this. Pull, press and stop. Pull, stop, press, stop. Pull, press. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Arms go out for 2 and down for 2. Go out for 2 and down for 2. Take it out and down. Take it out and hold. Oh my goodness. Take a little lift here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to keep the pulse and move those arms back behind us. Up, up, up. up, 4, 3, arms behind you, triceps start to bend and lengthen. Palms are down, lengthen, bend, lengthen, bend, lengthen. Keep it up. So you're testing this for yourself. Can you just soften and lengthen through that elbow? Now hold the lengthen, lift it up. Lift, lift, and lift. Very nice. Release your jaw one more time here. If you're kneeling or if you're standing, check in with your hip crease and make sure you're reaching it back behind you. You're coming forward, really letting gravity work for you. 4 more here. 3, 2, 1. Circle your right arm in, up, and around. Now the left, in. So alternating right circle. Focus, close your eyes. Left circle. Right. Left. Right. Left. 4 more. 4. 3. 2. 1. Both arms circle out now. Out, up, and around. Out, up, and around. Out, up, and around. Now while you're there, see if you can kind of flare those thumbs out a little bit more. Clasp onto the weights if you have them. Out, up, and in. Out, up, and in. 4 more here. Out, up, and in. Out, up, and in. Out, up, and in. Hold there. Thumbs are down. Stay right there. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Reaching your arms forward for 2 and back for 2. Reach it forward for 2 and back for 2. So you're going to just reach those arms as far as you can with the weights that you have in your hand. Forward for 2 and back for 2. 2 more. Forward and back. Hold on the back. Stay right there. Lengthen the arms behind you. Holding on for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. We're going to set those weights down. Maybe keep them in our hands if we have them. If you don't like that, you don't have to. We're going to tuck our toes under and come up into a downward dog. So you can decide if this feels okay for you. If it doesn't, just place your hands down on the inside or the outside of wherever your weights are. And then let your heels press down to the ground. Press the floor away with your hands or with your hands clasped around your weights. And then lift your heels up and down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 1 more. Lower. And then walk your hands, your feet to your hands. And then from there, if you haven't already, grab onto your weights, bend your knees, roll yourself up, hammer curl right and left. So you have alternating hammer curls here, going right and left, right and left, right and left, right and left. Now while we're there, we're gonna maybe have a little bit of freedom in those upper arms. We'll tuck our elbows back behind us. Keep the chest super proud here. Right, left. Same idea as we talked about earlier as well. You're gonna really make sure that you are the person in charge of the movement here. So there's no swinging, there's no momentum. It's a press and a pull. So we're not just like, just lifting my weights here, just doing the thing that she's telling you to do. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm telling you to control it because that's going to add to your work. 8, 7, 6. That takes a lot of core strength as well. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold halfway, little pulses, lift. Lift. So now you can see I'm starting to situate my feet. I'm going to keep a teeny little bend in my knees, a strong press into the ground with my feet. Keep that tiny little pulse here. I'm at that halfway point. Chest is open. Elbows are brought back. Keep the pulse in. Lift your heels. Lift, lift, lift. Conditioning our feet a little bit here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold your heels up, bend your knees, stay right there, and bring your elbows up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. You can play with how high your heels are here. They don't have to be very high. You want to balance. 8 more. Control. So maybe that is your focus today, is how much you're able to control the weight that you've chosen to use. 4 more here. 3, we're going to lower our heels after these last 2. Lower your heels, bring your arms out, press, pull, and down. Take it out. Press, pull, and down. Take it side. Press, Great job, everybody. Yes. Check back in with your face. Are you relaxing your jaw? Are you relaxing your neck? Are you relaxing your eyes? These are questions to ask yourself. You don't have to answer them. All right, now we're gonna take that to the side, reach it out, hold it right there. Just get a sense of holding the weight. How does that feel? We're gonna lower them and lift them one at a time. Right arm goes down and up, left arm goes down and up, right arm down, up, left arm down. Let me see you take it down and up. Yes. What am I looking for? I'm looking for alignment. I'm looking to see that you're able to stabilize your body, that your shoulders are staying right above your hips, you have a little bend in your knees, and that you have opened up your chest as much as you can while still wrapping your rib cage in. Can you maintain neutral spine while you're doing this pretty challenging work? And the resounding answer I'm getting from all of you is yes. Great job. Last two. Last one. Hold it right here. Just lift, 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 lift. This is it, final variation. So summon all your strength. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold on to 1. Let's check back in with that releve. We're gonna hold it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. All right, let's release our weights down to the ground and get ready for lunge. So we're gonna actually kneel down on the ground. And while we're here kneeling down onto the ground, we're gonna bring that right arm up and overhead. Grab it, give ourselves a little tricep release. Take a moment here. Tuck our toes under, sit back on our heels. Reach the arms up, and then switch to the other side. Reach up, bring your hands to your waist. Step your right foot forward. We're gonna keep our shoulders right above our hips today. So anyone that took my class yesterday, we did hinge lunge yesterday. We're gonna do regular traditional lunge today. So keep that right knee right above your right ankle. Keep your left knee right underneath your left hip. So in hinge lunge, we kind of have it a little further behind us. In traditional lunge, we try to drop it right underneath. So tuck those back toes under, barely lift up the knee off the ground and do down an inch, up an inch, down and up. So you should already start to feel how your left leg is getting a bit of a stretch. It's obviously doing work as well, but because that knee is right underneath your hip, you're gonna get that stretch in your quad. Down and up, down and up. Hands on the waist, or if you prefer, hands in front of your heart. You have 4 here. 3, 2, hold on the 1, and just pulse, 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 pulse. So the same things I was looking for in your arm work, I'm looking for here. Neutral spine, shoulders above the hips, relaxed face. Any tension that you're holding isn't tension, but it's muscular control of the quads, the torso, the chest. 8 more pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach your arms by your ears. Hold. Lift your front heel up, lower down, come up and down. Lift, lower, up and down. Lift, lower, up and down. Lift, lower, up and down. Keep it going. Lower, up and down. This should feel incredible because it's the final variation. Let's do 2 more. Lift, lower, up and down. Lift, lower, up and down. We're going to hold here. Maybe you'll lift that heel up. Stay where you are. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Settle your knees back down. Now, if you found that was a little hard to do and not have something to hold on to, feel free to grab something that'll help you stabilize. So when you do the other side, you feel more comfortable to do that heel lifting stuff, okay? So you put it over here on this side, on this side, because we're gonna step our left foot forward now. All right, make sure that left knee, or so that right knee is right underneath your right hip, left knee's over your left ankle, lift the leg up off the ground, hands on your waist, prayer position, or one hand on a chair if you need a little bit of stabilization, taking it down an inch, up an inch, down and up. So your job is also, you have a lot of jobs, right? Your job is also to maintain that knee tracking over second and third toe. So watch out for any wobbliness of where that knee is going. Then you feel it really tracking over those second and third toes, down and up, down and up. Keep it going, down and up, down and up, down, up, down, and up. 4 more here. Do you have enough space between both of your legs so that you can have a full lunge Now hold at the bottom. We have lots of pulses here. Just pulse. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Remember your breath. Down, up. Great job, Kelly. Good. Down, up, down, up. We have 8 more here. Great work, everybody. Excellent, excellent balance. All right, now lift that front heel up. Lift. Wait, that's not what it is. You lift the heel, lower, all the way up, all the way down. Lift, lower, up, down. Sorry, arms are up. I was so busy watching you guys, I forgot about this fun part. Lift, lower, up, and down. Lift, lower, up, and down. Keep it going. Lift that heel, lower it, press yourself up and down. So you should feel really proud of yourself for being in such good control here. Let's go 2 more. Great job. Beautiful, Radha. All right, now you're gonna hold in your lunge position. Maybe the arms are up by your ears. Maybe that heel's up if you went for it on the other side. And stay right there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. We're going to come and into turned out squat. So we're going to turn those toes out. Now remember, we're conditioning our hips here. So really think about not only the strength you're building in your thighs, but also the flexibility we're trying to gain in our hips. Okay. So heels just a little bit wider. Hip creases are going to reach behind you. Bend through those knees. Get a sense of your body in space. Back of your hand on the small of your back. Front other hand on your rib cage. Feel everything wrap in. Feel your feet on the ground. Let's just stay here for a moment and then take it down and up. Down and up. This way, when you have your hand and those bony landmark areas, the rib cage and the sacrum, you can get a sense of how your body kind of shifts and adjusts while you're moving. The hope is that it's really minimal as you're going down and up. Of course, you have to breathe. Your rib cage might move a little bit, and because your hips are kind of changing their shape as you move a little bit, you might notice a little bit of a dip under of your sacrum, but you don't want to happen too much. It's mostly just shooting right behind you. The dip under usually only happens in a traditional squat and in a wide turnout squat. Okay, so turned out, you should be able to maintain that hinge. Last 2. Last 1. Bring your arms by your ears. Hold. Scoot down lower. We're going to do full range. Pull and press. Condition those hips. Feel how they're getting a little bit more lubricated as your thighs get a little bit stronger. Speed that up. It's pull and press. Pull and press. You've got control here. You're pressing into the ground with your feet. You're going to feel your seat engage. This is your thigh-seat combo. Press. Pull. Hold down at the bottom. Lift your arms. Just holding it steady. Lifting your arms right here. Lift. Lift. This is part of the fun, okay? You're strengthening your back, you're strengthening your side body, you're getting that flexibility in your hips, lots of strength in your thighs, lots of resolve in your heart as you lift, lift, and lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there, stay. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good news, we're hitting the decks for our final set of thighs, which is thigh dancing. Okay, so you have options here. Tops of the feet are down, or a little bit more support, tuck the toes under. All right, let's come all the way up onto our knees. Decide how you want your feet. Reach your arms in front of you, shift it back. Now what's happening here is we have that neutral spine. So careful of tilting forward, careful of letting your seat land on your hips. Just tip and tip, or sorry, land on your heels. Tip, I got hip and heels and tip, all confused. Tip, 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 tip. So we have that flexion, neutral, flexion, neutral, flexion, neutral, flexion, neutral. So at this point, your thighs should be on fire. You just done lunge, you just done turned out squat. Now you're in thigh dancing. Just keep tipping. Tip. Arms are reaching in front of you. Palms towards your midline. Tip, tip. Let's try 8 more here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, flex through your hands, hold right there, just in. So holding steady, pretty close to your heels without touching. In, so you can over, under here with those thumbs. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. 4, 3, 2, elbow, hip. So it's right and left, right here, right and left. Twist in, twist in, twist in, twist in. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it out. Just stay there. 3, 2. Oh my goodness gracious. Ooh. Back those feet down a little bit. Now I have a fun surprise for you. Walk your knees behind you. Stay where you are. Take your arms a little bit wider. We're going to end with push-ups and move into our mat stretch right here. You're down and up, down and up, down. One piece. Heart melts down to the ground. Make sure you're keeping that head in line with your back. So no dropping the forehead down. Lift up through the base of the skull as you lower and lift. 4, breathe. 3, 2, hold halfway and hover. 4, 3, 2, and press back. Child's pose. Great work, everybody. Take a big breath. Exhale, round through the spine, chin to your chest. All right, let's come forward. And then take your right leg out in front of you. Tuck your left toes under, and then reach that leg back. Let's take some stretches here as well. So reach your arms up, grab your left wrist, take a stretch over to your right. From there, coming center, interlace your fingers behind your back. Reach the thumbs away from your seat. Flex and lengthen through your right leg. Adjust if you need to, so that heels in front of your hip. Okay, take your neutral spine forward. Opening through your chest here. And then bring the fingertips down. Hold here. And rotate your leg out, in. Condition the hip. Out, in, out. Hold on the end. Now we're going to right away flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Hold the point. Don't lock the spine. Chin to your chest, lower down. So the point here is that we're getting a stretch in our hamstring, of course, but we're also starting to take that stretch all the way from the sole of our foot to the crown of our head. So the back gets the stretch here as well. Lower down a little closer if you'd like to. Lift up through the toes. Keep your hips square. So really focus on those hips staying square as you glide into your first split. Arms are supportive. You might have a little bend in those elbows so you don't lock out the elbows here. And then stretch into your splits. One more breath. Now we're going to press ourselves back. Don't go too far. Shift your weight over to the left. Bring your leg out to the side. Stack your spine. And then take a stretch over to that right leg. And then use your core strength to draw that leg in and balance. Bring your arms in front of you. Round through the spine. Sit back on your heels. And then coming up, taking your left leg forward. Fingertips will come down to release that back knee, maybe a little bit further back behind you. And then open into the lunge here. Feeling how your hip flexor gets a chance to open up. Quad yourself a little bit, but we'll get a quad stretch at the end here. Stack your spine, grab the right wrist, take a stretch over to your left. Come up, interlace your fingers behind your back as you start to lengthen through that left leg. Lift your thumbs away from your back and then hinge your neutral spine forward. So this arm placement here might help you keep your chest nice and open so we don't round through that upper back if possible. Yes, this is a stability challenge. And then fingertips down, holding here, rotate, out, in, out, in, out, in, and then right away, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Hold your point, scoop the tailbone, hands come down, and then round over that spine, release through the jaw. Getting ready for splits. Look out in front of you, lift up through the toes, keep those hips even as you glide into the splits. So I even kind of lifted both of my legs up so that I could keep my hips square as I adjust into wherever my splits are today. Being mindful of both the hamstring and the hip flexor in this scenario. One more breath. Press yourself up a little bit. Bring that left leg out to the side. Stack your spine. Let the left hand kind of drape down that leg. Reach your arm up and over. And then from there, place your right hand on your waist, take your left leg behind you, grab onto it, give yourself a quad release on the left first. Also a chest opener here. And then reach the other side, grab it, bring that knee behind. You might need to have a little bit of stability help here. Open up through the heart, so you're kind of letting that bicep wrap behind you as you pull the heel in and open up through the quadricep. All right, release out of that. And we're gonna scoot our legs out in front of us. Get ready for some abdominals. So laying onto your back, just take a moment here, bring the knees into your chest, take a little rock right and left. And then from there, bring your legs up to the sky, hands are down. We're gonna start in flat back. So bring the shoulder blades together, lengthen through your neck. You might even take your hands to your jaw, your fingertips to your jaw, and give a little massage. I know I focus a lot on the jaw, but it leads to the release of tension kind of all over if you're able to release the jaw rather than it being gripped, and then it's informing other parts of your body to also grip. So if we can continue to release our jaw, we might be able to release the other areas of our body. So flex through your feet and turn your toes out. Plant your hands down, close your eyes and feel your back on its surface. You feel the sacrum, you feel your shoulder blades, you feel your base of the skull. You feel the side body now wrapping in and trying to anchor down. So now we get into the engagement. Once again, just take your hands to your rib cage, pull it in or press it in, compress in, and then take those fingertips and press the rib cage in and down. Let your abdominals now match that physical help and utilize just the muscles now to make that wrap happen. And we're just gonna start the legs lowering down as we inhale and lift as we exhale. So we're starting in this turned out position. Once again, conditioning those hips. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, lift. Notice as you lower your legs where places of inconsistency are maybe. So for me, it's my low back. So what I do first is make sure that I'm really buckling up tight the hip points. And if that already is happening and I have to maybe adjust the way that I'm moving, the legs aren't gonna go as far down. That's a lot of weight to ask your back to hold on to. So if your low abdominals are unable to hold on to your back, you're just gonna let your legs go down a little bit less low instead of letting your arch of your back keep popping up and down. That's not great for our back, right? We wanna be able to stay situated and strong in our positioning. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, hold, little froggies, bend your knees towards you for 2 and press for 2. Pull it in for 2 and press for 2. Pull in and press. In and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 2 more here. Inhale and exhale. Now this time we're going to inhale, hold that diamond shape, change to pointed toes, reaching together, and then lower that diamond and lift. Lower and lift. So you might notice with your bent legs and the toes together, they are able to cover a little bit more ground and maybe your back is able to hold on. That's also because your abdominals have learned how to hold on a little bit better, even though they've been working harder or for a longer time. So just relish in how great your body is. Lower and lift. We're going to do 2 more and a hold, moving on to low C. And up. Lower it down and hold right where you are. Stay there and just focus on the wide shoulders, the narrow hips, the strong pull down of the low abdominals down to the ground, the wrap in of the rib cage, the side body trying to absorb into the earth and holding right there. 4, 3, don't go anywhere. Curl your shoulder blades up, grab onto those thighs, open your elbows out to the side and curl it up and up. Now, of course, you need a little reset. Maybe you have to shake out your legs a little bit. Go for it, do that so that you can get into the right low C position for you. Now with our lumbar spine probably a little bit more planted into the earth because we have this curl up, this flexion in our upper spine, but a neutral lower spine or a flattened out lower spine. So we're not gonna let our seat lift up off the ground. We're gonna let our knees stay away from us, either above our hips or in front of our hips. So we get a little bit more engagement in the upper abdominals. This is a real upper abdominal exercise. Let's go 8 more here. Just close your eyes and focus on getting the rib cage to wrap up and over. 3, 2, and 1. The knees move in and open, in and open. Nice and easy. In and open, in and open. Curl up a little bit more. Breathe. It's in and open. You have control here. You feel the inner thighs squeeze in and the outer thighs resist out. Now hold on the out, release your hands into that diamond shape, curling up a little bit higher, curl it up and up through that diamond shape. There we go, nice Ellen. Great, good job, Meg. Yeah, Kelly, get it, good. Now everybody move those knees a little further away from you as you curl up there for 8. There you go, great, Christine. Up, and up. I see you, Marianne, I see you, Rada. Now hold right there, you're curled up. Your arms are reaching through the legs. You're gonna lower down and up. This is it, final variation, and up. So remember, we are thinking about those hips still. So the knees are actively pressing away from you. Last 2, last 1. Hold, curl up higher, hold there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let the legs lower down, soles of the feet together, arms out to the side in a goal pose position. Planting the soles of the feet together. Let the knees just open up there. Breathe. Let your body sink into your surface just for a moment. You're gonna let the inner thighs open up here. Breathe in, breathe out. Now from there, we're gonna try to press our feet together, reach our hands up. Now, here's gonna be the fun part. We're gonna try to roll all the way up here. Roll, oh, it's just impossible. Let's bring our feet down, bring the knees up. Let's take a nice slow roll up. You might move those feet a little further away from you. Roll it up, 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 and up. That's it. Okay, so we're gonna get ready for our seated pretzel. We're gonna start with our left leg in front, our right leg behind. Now remember, if you find more success utilizing a ball or a strap for seated pretzel, the ball will just go, I'll show you, right underneath the inner arch, or sorry, the ankle or inner part of your foot here. You might flex your foot, you might point your foot as I talk you through it. That's where you put that. If you have a strap, you just wrap it around that ankle and pull it over your shoulder. You can use a resistance band or a towel or a strap if that feels more secure for you. All right, otherwise, let's just go commando here. And then take a nice little twist over that left leg and feel your hip, what it's gonna do. We're gonna lower that seat, that right seat down, and then press it forward. So a little bit more conditioning here so we can get the most range of motion as possible. Pull it down and then press it forward. So you can feel the sort of like openness in your hip forward as you pitch forward a little bit, lifting that heel up off the ground. Take your energy or your body over to the left a little bit more. You can take that right hand down as well, or fist into the shin if that works better for you. Holding right here, lift your knee up right away. Hug your heel in 2 times. Lift the knee up and back. Hugging it in, up, and back. Hugging in, up, and back. Hugging in, up, and back. Now, if you have your ball and it's underneath your foot, it's the same thing. You're gonna still hug it in and then just try to lift the knee up and back. So your goal is to one day release that ball, one day not have to use the ball because you have built the strength to not have to utilize it. So we have to really make sure, are we using the ball because we need it or has it become a crutch? So you have the strength, try to come off the ball if you can. In, up, and back. Now just lift up and back, up and back, up and back. And if you do have a ball, you're gonna aim to kind of inflate it. So you're gonna try to not let your leg kind of weigh it down or press down into it. You're gonna try to lift up off of it so that you become less in need of it, okay? It becomes less of a need for you to utilize. Up and back, up and back, up and back, and back. Now just poke it over. So we're trying to get that right leg to reach over to our left side. Reach it back, 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 and back. If possible, hug that heel in towards your seat a little bit more here. Now you notice I really went over to the side, so that's okay. If that's what you gotta do to get that leg to lift up, do what you gotta do. As long as you're keeping that chest open and you're not leaning down or you're not kind of succumbing to not thinking about the rest of your body because you're really thinking about that seat that's happening right there. You have 4, 3. We're going to extend after this one right here. So we'll come down onto that left forearm, reaching our long leg right here. Take it up, 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 and down without touching the ground. Up, up. Put the brakes on. Take it up, 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 and down. Apologies to the people that had to take my class outside yesterday and probably are feeling this right now. We did side lying yesterday. Lift, 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 and down. Take it up, 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 and down. Take it up, 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 and down. Let's go. 2 more. Up, up, and down. Last one. Up, 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 and hold it right there. Circle up, back and around. Ooh, up, back and around. That's evil. Up, back and around. Now you're going to probably start feeling that all the way up into your obliques as well. Bonus, you're not doing it wrong. You're doing it exactly right. Let's go 4 more. 3, 2, hold it on the 1. Stay there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, bring it down. Shake it out a little bit. Taking your left hand down, reach your right arm up and over, solid gold stretch. Oh, it feels great. Settle your seat down and then bring your right or your left leg out and then bring that right leg up and over for a nice little gluteal release with a twist. So you should also feel that in your oblique a little bit. So hug it in. Let the breath move. Let's take a moment here to be grateful that we only have one other leg. All right, so we're gonna bring that leg behind us. We have now our right leg, our right knee in front of our hip if possible. Try to come a little bit closer. And then our left knee is in line with our hip, or better yet, behind our hip. And then let your seat come down and then press your hip forward. So bring your hand to your hip so you can kind of feel how it hides and then it presents forward. And that's what we want. So we're conditioning the hip as well as getting a sense of where we should hold our foundation right here. So keep that hip pressing forward. That's part of the engagement. You should even reach back and find that gluteal, that gluteus medius engaged as well. So a little lift in your seat from within. Lift the ankle up first. Bring your hands where you need to go for support. Lift the knee up off the ground. Maybe you have the ball in its place. You're going to hug it in and in, lift up and back. Hugging in, up and back. Hugging in, up and back, hugging in. There we go. Thank you. Great. Ellen, I can see you. That's awesome. Nice, Kelly. Good. Up and back. Hug it in. Good. Up and back. I almost got that shirt too, Kel. Up and back. Hug it in, up and back. My ladies that are just names on the screen, I'm sure you're doing awesome. I hope you're feeling this. Up and back, hugging in, yes, up and back. And that is a great choice. So for some people, maybe sitting on the ground doesn't feel that great for your other hip or for your back. You're welcome at any time to stand up and do your pretzel work, standing as well. Seated, of course, adds that different element of what's the word I'm looking for? Challenge. 2 more, in, up and back. Last one, in, up and back. Now just take it up and back. If you're using the ball, here's where we start to really try to get our leg. Be conscious of what you're doing with that leg. Can you lift it up off the ball a little bit more? Get that ball to inflate a little bit more so we're not pressing down into the ball. We'll really make our leg work as hard as it can. And back. We're always building strength. We're not always there. We're all in different pages all the time, but you're just going inside of your own body and deciding this is the challenge I can do for myself today. I'm doing the best I can right now, Jenna. Leave me alone. Up and back. We got 4 more here. Lift and back. We're going to have a house party. Sounds great, doesn't it? We'll just all be in bubbles. Now poke that leg back. Poke it back and back. Maybe even check in with your oblique on the right. Is it lifted? Make sure that you can have a little bend in that elbow, but you also want to make sure that you are strongly pressing into the ground, that the shoulder doesn't right up to the ear. You feel really strong in that right oblique as you're poking that leg back. Poke it back and back and back and back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, here we go. We get to come onto our forearm. Lengthen that leg out to the side. Maybe press it behind you a little bit. We have 3 up. Take it up. 3, 2, 1. Down without touching. Take it up. 3, 2, 1. And lower, hover. Take it up. Higher, as high as you can go. And hover. Take it up. Up, up, and hover. Keep it going. Take it up. Up, up, and hover. You can bring that hand to your leg and make it even harder. Whoa. Take it up. Up. I always have to check in with my abdominals. They always are the first ones that want to go. Up, up, and down. Now take it, circle. 8 here. 7, 6. Get a little bit higher. Make the circle a little bit smaller. 4. You can do it. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it right there and stay there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the leg down. Bring yourself up. Press into the ground with that right arm. Bring the left arm up and over. Press that left hip forward. Oh, that feels great. Settle your seat down. Bring the right leg out in front of you, and then take your left leg up and over. Give it a hug. Tall spine. Whew. All right, we're gonna give ourselves a little hamstring stretch, and then we're gonna roll down to the ground, a little baby back dancing, and then we'll get a stretch. We'll get that IT release in there as well. So taking your stretch here, rounding through the spine. Let's do one more little move for spinal mobility. Reach your arms down, lowering down, down. Try to go slow, go slow, go slow. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your elbows into your side body. Gather your feet a little bit closer, maybe inch from a little further away. And then find yourself in a place where you're really pressing your feet down and lift your hips all the way up and down. Squeeze up and down. Squeeze up. Reach your arms as you reach down. Pull, press, pull, press, pull, press, pull. Speed it up. Press, 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 press. Lift, lift, lift. Lift. 4, 3, 2. Hold up on the 1. Stay right there and squeeze it up, 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 up. Wrap your elbows in. Just lift and close your eyes. Think about those hips. Once again, trying to reach up towards your rib cage. That even should make that tilt under super extreme so your glutes are super engaged. Lift, 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 lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're reaching right and left with your hip points, right and left. So just kind of like what we did in thigh dancing, but now we're laying down so we get our seat. Lift, 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 lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lift your toes so you're flexing your heels down into the ground and squeeze. Up, up, lower. Up, up, lower. Up, up, lower. Up, up, lower. So you go high, higher, down. High, higher, lay your sacrum down. Up, up, stretch the low back. Up, up, lower. Up, up, lower. Up, up, lower. 2 more. Last one. Hold up at the top. Just squeeze here. 8, 7, 6, 5. This is it. 4, 3, 2. Hold up at the top. Stay there. Squeeze as hard as you can. Open those hip flexors as much as you can. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, girl. Lengthen your legs long, lengthen your arms up behind you. Take a little wiggle back and forth. That was crazy. All right, bring your knees into your chest. And then from there, lower your left leg down, reach your right leg up, and then give yourself a little stretch here. So we're gonna give ourselves a hamstring stretch first. We're gonna move into our IT band release next. Big breath in. And as you exhale, slide your right thumb down your right hip crease, and then take your leg with your left hand just across to your left hip, not too far. So you're gonna use that right hand not only to press the thumb into the hip crease to press the crease away, but also to anchor that right seat down. Flex your foot, take the leg across the body, and hold. Slow your breath down. Now take the leg, pass it to your right hand, open the leg out to the side. Now here you might let your left leg kind of open up a little bit as well. So here we're getting into that inner thigh. You can start to close your eyes and relax here, and I'll turn the music on to help indicate that you may relax now. That leg is moved out to the side. One more breath where you are. And then take the leg all the way back up and over, cross the leg over your left, bring the knees into your chest, grab onto your ankles. Grab the legs closer. So you might have to kind of lift up your shoulder blades to grab on, and then lift the heels up a little bit and then pull them towards you. Lower your left leg down, goalpost or T-shape your arms, and then take the knees over to your, left. Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead and take them to the other side, all right? That'll be nice for our quad over there on the right, or on the left. And then release out of that. Let the knees go wide. Grab the outer edges of your feet. Little happy baby rock right and left for your low back. Settle your right foot down. Lengthen through your left leg. Draw the leg towards you. Slow your breath down. Slide your left thumb to your left hip crease. Flex your foot. Anchor down through the left seat, and then draw that heel just to your right hip, not too far. We have to just do that IT here. We're not getting all the way into that seat lifting up, not yet. Just the IT. Pass it over to the left hand, open it out to the side. And then take the leg all the way to cross over. Bring the knees into your chest, curl up, grab your ankles, lay it back down. So the ankles kind of move away from the world in front of you and then down towards the floor. Release, goalpost or T-shape the arms. We'll start with the knees dropping to the right first. Oi, oi, oi. My old man noises have doubled in the past 5 months. Come back through center. We'll come back over, let the knees drop over to the left now. Really nice stretch for that right quad into the hip flexor maybe a little bit. You're going to use the left leg to press down into that top of your leg here. And then from there, bring it back in. This time hugging the knees into the chest. A little rock right and left. And then a gentle rock forward and back a couple times. And take them all the way up. And then cross the feet, whatever direction feels okay. We'll change it in a moment. Okay, so we're going to take a twist over to your right. And then from there, reach that left arm behind you. Lift the hips up. Settle your hips down. Cross your legs the other direction. Take a twist the other direction as well. Coming back, reach the hands behind you. Lifting up to the seat. Open the heart. Settle it down. We're going to bring our legs out in front of us. We didn't really get a nice little twirl to our feet. So circle the feet one direction. Do the same thing with your arms and hands, and then change the direction. All right, now we'll come back into that cross-legged position. Just reach your arms all the way up till the hands come together and lower down in front of your heart. Close your eyes. Big breath in. Let it out. Release the jaw. Just be here for a moment. And then when you're ready, just let your eyes flutter open. Ah, great job, guys.